Hey guys, what is up? Super K-Man Rocks here, coming to you with something that is much different than what I've been doing recently. I know you guys are looking for Pokemon Platinum, but unfortunately my audio cable on my 3DS capture card is not working right now. Or at least I have to reset it up because, if you guys can't tell, I did get a new computer. And yeah, so I'm gonna bring you something in the meantime. And this is Out of the Park Baseball 15. This is a yearly franchise for baseball. It's a baseball sim, and it mostly focuses on statistics and stuff like that. As you can see, I have... that was a weird cut. As you can see, I have chosen to pick the Miami Marlins as the team I go through this with. I was really deciding between them and the Chicago White Sox, but I decided I don't know, I just kind of wanted to work with Jose Fernandez and the talented pitching prospects that they have here in Miami. But yeah, without further ado, let's go look at the roster. Let's see what we got here. Sort by overall. As you can see, obviously, we have a lot of workable pieces to work around. Mostly Giancarlo Stanton, who is only 24. Adini Hechavarria is also a really good shortstop. I'm pretty sure he can play second too, right? No, he can only play shortstop. Oh well, but he's a fantastic fielder, and I believe he's also fast. Another prospect that I like down here, another outfield prospect is Christian Yelich. He isn't that good right now in this game, but his potential is really good, and he could turn into something really strong. Let's see, obviously Jose Fernandez. I actually think his rating in this game is a little low, but his potential is good. Other than that, we have Steve Cishek and Jeff Baker. The problem I have with this team is, if you look at their age, they are a little old. And that's a little weird for a team like the Marlins, who needs to be building around a young nucleus. So I'm looking to make some moves to deal maybe some big contracts that I'm not going to use this year. Maybe something like a Garrett Jones, who's only a 1-star, and got him for a $2 million or a $3 million contract. Would definitely be somebody I'd be looking to trade. So, as you can see, I also have I have two mods in the mod for the logos and jerseys and all that stuff, and then also the player faces model to make the player faces a little more accurate. But Garrett Jones is somebody that I'm going to try and look at trading, mostly because of his big contract, his $3 million contract, and he's really not that good, and he's old. Let's see, yeah, he's 32, which is not something that you really want on a team that's going to be building around a young nucleus. So, if we look at our entire organization and we look at our potential, I believe we do have some good prospects to start with. Jake Marisnick. I'm a big Marisnick fan in real life. He's 22. I believe Marisnick, Stanton, and Yelich are going to be the future of this Marlins team, the outfield nucleus, and just overall our main spotlight. Obviously, Hechavarria is still going to be... he's only 24, and he's got a lot of potential. What have I not been talking about? The starting pitching. I'm not too keen on the starting pitching. I believe we're going to need some more prospects right now. I do like Brian Flynn, and I do like Nathan Eovaldi. But that's about it. We don't really have too many prospects. Henderson Alvarez is alright. Jacob Turner. But I would definitely be looking to get a nice starting pitcher to to solidify this rotation. I'm going to go to all relievers here and sort by overall. Let's see what we got here. Steve Cishek is actually not rated that high in this game, which kind of confuses me because he's been pretty good in real life. But Mike Dunn and AJ Ramos are actually a lot higher. I am a Carter Capps fan. He's 23. That's a beautiful picture. He's 23, and the OSA rates him... Oh, that's another thing I wanted to point out. I will mostly be using the Head Scout ratings, but I'm probably going to be taking into account both of these, especially when it comes to drafting. I'm going to try and draft people that both the Head Scout and the OSA both like. I I actually just picked up a new head scout. I didn't pick him up yet. I just offered him what is that picture? That's from my mod, because whatever the default name is, that's a pitcher that had the same name, and it was just a lot. It was just funny. Ty Bond, right here. I offered him a contract to be our scouting director because, I mean, look at his stats right here. Legendary, outstanding, legendary, legendary. He's Taiwanese, and he's a fantastic scout. So I would love to have him on our as our scouting director. But other than that, oh, we're creating pictures now. I might cut this out. Oh, no, it's not that long. Let's go to free agents. Let's see who's a free agent right now. A guy I considered picking up. Let's see if he's still here. Starting pitching. Sort by overall. It doesn't look like he's... Darn. Clayton Richard is interesting. I remember when he used to be good. Not really anybody too interesting here. If I'm gonna try and get anybody, I'm probably gonna try and get them through a trade. Let's go back to the player list and let's look at what we have in Garrett and Garrett Jones. Where is Garrett Jones? I don't know. I'll go to first baseman. First baseman, Garrett Jones. Let's see what we can get for him on the open market. So let's go to available actions, trade options, and let's shop him around. I'm going to cut this out so you guys don't have to be bored to tears with this waiting. Alright, look what we have here for Garrett Jones on the open market. Not really too much. I see Josh Harrison, but other than that, I don't really see a lot of talent here. Kyle Lobstein, he's young, but he's not really that good. Really the only person I would go after here is Josh Harrison, who's a pretty good utility infielder. I don't know if it's worth it though. He's 26 and the contract is a ton smaller. He's only, what is he on a minor league contract? He's on a major league contract. He's only at $513,000 a year, which is great money for me to. It's a big $2,000, $2 million, or $3 million. Wow, I'm completely understating this. It's a $3 million decrease, or we get $3 million more. So, I might do this Josh Harrison trade. I might also go for Kyle Lobstein just because he's a little bit younger and will maybe have a little bit more potential, and he's under a minor league contract, which would make it even easier. Although I don't really like him as a player. Yeah, I think Josh Harrison would be the best bet. All of these guys are pretty even except for the OSA ratings, in which Josh Harrison is best, so I think this trade will work. I can try and squeeze out maybe like a Wandy Rodriguez or a Francis. Here, I'll try to see what I can get for Francisco Liriano and Josh Harrison. Let's see what we can get. If we throw in good players, that's not going to happen. Most likely we're not going to be able to get Francisco Liriano. What if we try for Wandy Rodriguez? Let's see what we could try and throw in there for Wandy. Alright, this is a much more negotiable trade. If I throw in some of my young pitchers, Heaney I really don't want to get rid of. He's actually one of their best prospects in real life. The head scout doesn't seem to like him so much, but the OSA does. So I don't really want to get rid of Heaney. But I will consider getting rid of either Urena or Nicolo. He looks like a bullpen or an emergency starter. And that's Jeff Baker. What about the other guy? Nicolino, my bad. Bullpen or emergency starter. I don't know. I could really get rid of either of them. That wouldn't be too big of a deal. They're both on minor league contracts. He throws left. The other guy throws what? Urena throws right. I'm probably going to get rid of Urena because left-handed pitching is a lot more useful in today's game. So if I will do this deal, I'll throw in Garrett Jones and Jose Urena to get Josh Harrison and Wandy Rodriguez. I think that's a good trade for us. I honestly think that helps us out a lot. Getting another starting pitching prospect, even though he's 35, I believe he's only on a 1-year contract. And his contract is what is he being paid? $13 million. Oh my God! Never mind. I cannot take on your contract. You are much too much. You cost way too much. Darn, and that trade was going to work too. But whatever, we'll get rid of Garrett Jones and get Josh Harrison. That still works for us. So let's see what we got here. Miami-Pittsburgh confirmed trade. Garrett Jones back on the Pirates. Hey, he doesn't even spend one season anywhere else. He just goes right back to Pittsburgh. And we get Josh Harrison, and he's in right field now because that's okay. He's in right field now. He doesn't really have any right field defensive ratings, so that kind of confuses me. I know he plays right field, but he doesn't have any defensive ratings for it in the game. But anyway, I think that's a good trade. I think that's a good starting trade. He was really the only person I was looking at getting rid of so quickly. Especially because his salary was so big, and I don't really know. I'm not looking to trade anybody else. Saul Tulamaki has got a big contract for what he's worth, but we kind of need him at catcher this year because I don't really trust Jeff Mathis to be our catcher. And other than that, who is on the DL to start this series? I never checked that. I know Furcal and Ed Lucas. Furcal is the main one because I believe he will be our starting second baseman when he comes back. So let's go ahead and look at our pitching, see who we want up. Alright, yeah, let's look at our pitching, see who we want up. Let's look at starters, first of all. Let's go back to default. Overall. Let's see who we got here. We have Jose Fernandez, obviously we'll want him up. I'm not sure whether it's smart to keep Jacob Turner up, or if we want to put him down to try and get some more, minor league experience. I'll probably keep him up just because he is a good pitcher, and but these four, I need a fifth. I'm gonna need a fifth starting pitcher. Do I only have 4 up right now? It looks like that is the case. No, Tom Kohler is up, but he's a relief pitcher if I'm correct. No, he's a starter. Well, then where is he? Oh, is he down here? Because he's a 1. Oh, it went back to all players. Good. Starter default. Where's Tom Kohler? He must be down here with the K's. Yeah, he doesn't look like someone I want up. His stats are borderline awful. Doesn't really seem like he would be up if he was going to be up. So, that made no sense. It doesn't look like he is a player that I want on my Major League roster, so I'm going to send him down to New Orleans. And I'm probably going to bring up Flynn. He's 23. This would be the right age to bring him up if I did want to bring him up. The OSA seems to like him just as much. Let's see what Stan Meek likes. Although I'm not really looking at Stan Meek right now because of, I'm hiring. Actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna wait until I get my next scouting director. So I'm gonna sim a day. Major League season predictions. The Garrett Jones trade, I think, worked well for us. We got rid of a big contract. Well, not that big. We got rid of a sizable contract in somebody that we weren't going to use practically ever. And we get Josh Harrison in return, who's a pretty big utility player, can play infield or outfield. Of course, my game stops responding. It does this sometimes. There we go. Tybon, your offer was just what I was looking for. Perfect. Do we have anybody in the top 10 here for prospects? Doesn't look like it. Archie Bradley. If you guys don't know, I am a huge Diamondbacks fan. I would love to get Archie Bradley, but I really doubt that the Diamondbacks would be willing to give him up. Season expectation, I've now decided, I have come to the conclusion you should try to stay close to an even record. I believe we can do that. We're gonna have to work. Right now we're in rebuilding mode, so it's gonna take a little bit to make sure that everything's good. Tybon, he really doesn't think anything of my pitching staff. And he's got legendary scouting potential. Or not potential, but ability already. He already has it. Let's see what he thinks of the rest of my roster. He doesn't like Hecaveria as much as the other guy. But I mean, everybody loves Giancarlo. He's definitely my best player, and definitely working to build my franchise around him. Whatever happened to Yelich? Where did he go? Is he a 1-star now? He is, and he's somebody that I really want up on the roster, but it doesn't. I think he would be best served in AAA. Trying to get some experience down there, at least for the beginning of the year. I think I'm gonna start him. Actually, I'm taking this too far. I'm gonna start with pitching. I'm gonna what I've learned to do in this game. I've had this game for 3 days. Oh, and that's another disclaimer. I am by no means good at this game. In fact, I've had this game for 3 days. So I've had a little bit of experience with it. I did a D-backs franchise, and I got, I think, 4 or 5 years in, and we eventually made the World Series, but we lost it. I am very, very, very bad at this game. But so please don't get mad in the comments. In the comments, if you guys want to leave me suggestions or stuff, I'm always open to suggest. Oh, I hate when it does this. Don't show this message again. That's what that happened in one of my videos a long time ago, and I just kept pressing the X button and it kept coming back up, and I was so confused, and then I realized that you had to press don't show up again. Now I'm off topic, but yeah, it looks like Brian Flynn is going to be my 5th pitcher this year, my 5th starter. He is 23, so he's actually, he's almost 24. He'll be 24 a couple days, or about a month into the season. So, a 24-year-old with decent potential. I think Major League experience will be good for him. So, let's go ahead and... Oh, he's not even on the secondary, so let's go ahead and throw him on the secondary, and then move him up to the active roster. Brian Flynn, he's really happy. Let's just make sure that he can, I'll monitor his progress throughout the year. I probably won't be playing a lot of the games, or by playing, I mean, like, simulating and, watching them. I'll probably just simulate through days. I don't know, I just don't find as much entertainment in watching every single game, so I'll probably just simulate, a day at a time, and, I'll probably only do videos for, like, midway through the year, or... basically I'll do a video at the first year player draft, which will go through the All-Star break, and then I'll do a video for if the playoffs, if I make it, and then the off season, and those will be the main things that I look for, that I'll record while doing videos. Who's way down here? Carlos Marmol, and Kevin Slowey, although Kevin Slowey's got a small contract. Marmol, he was really bad right now. He's got around a $1 million contract, and I don't even know if I want him up on my Major League roster. Ramos is looking awesome. I think I might make him my closer, because I usually like to make my best reliever my closer. Cishek, I'm going to want up. I just don't think I want him as my closer, so let's go ahead and make him a reliever, and make Ramos my closer. Set position, closer. There we go. AJ Ramos as a closer. Actually, I wanted to go into my league options for a second and try and set something up here. League and teams. No, that wasn't it. It was... I don't remember where this is. Financials? No, it wouldn't be in financials, I don't think. No, options. Maybe... Oh, I gotta set the award names. I'll do that off camera. Players. I don't remember where it is where you can set, this is league settings. Maybe it's in global settings. Yeah, here it is. I want to set my global settings. Monthly, scouting accuracy is normal. 1 to 20. I wanted to show right here. Overall, yeah, overall rating based on AI evaluate. Right here, the not positions, the based on all players, not positions, is what I'd rather have. So, one player is not specifically better in one role. You get to see his overall how good he is in a specific position. Player ratings. Oh, that's what it meant. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. So it doesn't show overall. It just shows. Okay, let's go to players here. Yeah, it shows their overall rating. That's what I want. Who's got Ozuna has a lot of potential. I'm back in all players. I thought, I thought I was back in relievers. No, I was in all players. Yeah, Cishek, Ramos is just a beast. He's a 5-star player. I think he's both 5-star in the OSA and Head Scout. No, he's 4.5 with the OSA, but he's a 5-star with my legendary Scout. So I trust that guy. It looks like he's now rating our pitchers a little bit higher. Let's see. Does he change anything about his starter? Oops, not reliever. Starter opinion. Not really too much changed. Although I could bring up Dyson and bring down somebody like Brian Flynn or Brian Evans. Just some people who have a little bit less to gain, almost, or less to lose from being in the majors. Is Jacob Turner up? Yeah, I kept him up. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to turn that off because I know what that does. I'm changing my mind a lot in this franchise, but I'll finally get my my mind made up, and then I'll be all good for the rest of the series. I just gotta get to that point right now. Yeah, Brian Flynn is probably gonna be my last pitcher. Back to relievers. Sorry, this video is so chaotic. Ramos, Dunn, Cishek, Jennings, and Sanchez. I want them all up because they're all good players that aren't too old, that are good foundation pieces. As you can see, some of the players do have pictures, which I don't really like, but you can't really do much about it. Just making sure all these guys are on the Marlins. Yeah. Sanchez has to come up. Who am I going to bring down for him? First of all, who is up that we don't want? Active roster. Slowey, we're definitely not going to want to keep up. Brad Hand will probably keep up. Marmol will probably keep up. I don't want Slowey, though, so we're going to go ahead and send Slowey down to AAA. Wow, we go back and take Jesus Sanchez and bump him up to the major leagues. He's not even on the secondary roster. I know these people. I can't believe they're not even on the secondary rosters. That's weird. Oh well, Jesus Sanchez is now on the major league roster. Yes. So that looks like it's going to be our pitching. So let's go ahead and set that now. Brian Flynn. Turner will be the 3. Fernandez, Alvarez, Turner, Eovaldi, Flynn. I think that sounds like a pretty good rotation to me. Maybe Eovaldi will be the 3. I like that. Ramos, closer, 9th reliever. I don't like secondary roles. Cishek will be our setup man. At least, yeah, he'll be a backup closer. And then I'll also have Marmol because he used to be a closer. So I believe that he can be a 7th inning guy. Then everybody else will be middle relievers. No, Mike Dunn, middle relief. All right. Yeah, I think that looks like a pretty good rotation right there. And then the bullpen. I like it. So I think it's pretty strong. I definitely think that it's going to get stronger eventually. But I definitely think that that comes with time, especially in a rebuilding franchise like with the Marlins. Alright, now we move on to position players. Let's first go to catcher, because we're only going to have how many catchers up? 2? We're only going to have 2 catchers up. We don't really have a lot of option. Definitely Saltalamacchia, that's not a question. He's going to be our starting catcher. And should we go with Jeff Mathis? We are paying him a lot, but he doesn't really have too much of a purpose. We could try and trade him and then bring up somebody like Rob Brantley to be our backup catcher, which would definitely be not that bad of an idea. Here, I'm going to shop him around, and I'm going to see what he's good for, and then I will cut back into the video when we see what we can get. All right, we are back, and we don't really have a lot. We have Delman Young as our only option. I believe his contract's pretty big. Oh no, he only has a $500,000 contract. And I like Delman Young. OSA rates him pretty favorably. What is Mathis by the OSA? Oops, that was too much. What is Mathis rated by the OSA? I believe he's still a 1-star, yeah. This looks like a good trade for us. We get rid of $1 million of contract, and we also get somebody who's younger and at a position that we could use this year. I don't really see where this trade could go bad, almost. We get younger, we get more money, and we give room for a young catcher to come up and learn. I don't really see a problem with that, so I'm going to go ahead and make this trade. Awesome. Received a personal message. Oh, I guess they really like Jeff Mathis. Oops. Miami Baltimore announced deal. Awesome. Oh, he's not even in the majors in Baltimore. That's unfortunate. Oh, I gotta throw. They're still on the designated for assignment list, both Josh Harrison and Delman Young. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw them both onto the major league roster. Players. I think that's a good trade for us. Delman Young, I think, could make a contribution, and that does give me room to bring up Rob Brantley to the major league roster. So let's go ahead. He's not on the secondary. Nobody's on the secondary on the Marlins. Well, my active roster is full. All right. Well, then I'll go ahead and I'll work the rest first. I like to usually do 6 infielders and 5 outfielders. And I don't really go. I kind of just pick, like right here. Oh man. All of our guys are hurt. Heckavaria is going to be like the anchor of our infield for the beginning of this year because a lot of our guys are hurt. So let's go by salary, I guess, to see who's supposed to be up. Greg Dobbs and Casey McGee are both all right. I'm gonna have to play a lot of 1-stars this year unless I can get some infield help. So let's actually go to GM options and let's go to sign a free agent. And let's see if there's a lot of international players in here. Let's see if there's any infielders that would be willing to come play for us. Kendrys Morales, I don't know, not in the National League, I don't think, especially on a $5 million contract. Brandon Inge is an interesting option. I'm a Brandon Inge fan, and I believe he could be a stopgap third baseman while we move Casey McGee or Greg Dobbs to first. I don't see that as a bad option at all. Although he only wants $1 million contract for 1 year. Let's see what the OSA rates him. It's all right. Let's see if the OSA rates these guys any differently. Steven Drew, he rates a little bit better. Steven Drew might not be a bad pickup. I believe we can move Heckavaria to second base and have Steven Drew. Actually, no, because I want Heckavaria at the short. So if I was going to pick up anybody, it would... Is that Ryan Roberts? Is he not on the Yankees right now? Oh, that's Ryan Roberts. I'm thinking Brian Roberts. That's Ryan Roberts, like the tattoo guy. I was completely I misunderstood that. I think Brandon Inge would be a smart pickup because he can play third base, and then Casey McGee we can move to first. So I like this pickup of Brandon Inge. Let's go ahead and offer him a contract. He only wants. Let's see if we can get him for $1 million. Yeah, that's a fair offer. Cool. Submit. When is opening day for us? Oops, going the wrong way. Opening day for us is the 31st of March, so we do have time to kind of work this out. Let's go ahead and advance a day to see if he signs. Computer. All right. One more. Usually doesn't take this long to sim days. I think it's probably because I'm recording. Especially when it doesn't want to respond. Good, he doesn't want to sign. Let's see here. Come on, Brandon Inge. Nope. One more day. Hopefully. Nope. Come on, Brandon Inge. You're making me wait here. If he doesn't say anything. Sidelines Hughes Phil Hughes, positive drug test. Come on, Phil Hughes. You can do better. Ugh, I gotta go back to free agents. Oh, creating pictures. I gotta go back to free agents now. Oh, it's in Cayman Rocks GM action, sign a free agent. Is he still... He favors the offer, so let's go ahead and sign it. I mean, that only makes sense. Ugh, this game sometimes. My computer doesn't respond a lot. I don't know why. He still favors offer. Don't have a lot of time until my first game, so I would really prefer if Inge signed the contract within the next day. Actually, it has to be within the next day. Or within the next 2, at least. Yes. Alright, awesome. We got Brandon Inge. That's a good signing for us. So let's go ahead and go back to the player list here. Sort by overall. Brandon Inge, right there. Let's go back to infielders. Infielders, Heckavaria. Inge is going to be playing third. I believe we're going to be moving Casey McGee to first. Because I do think I personally prefer him to Greg Dobbs. Plus, if I'm correct, he's a better first baseman? Yeah, he is a better defensive first baseman, which is always helpful. So, I think Casey McGee, we're going to make our starting first baseman. There we go. That's good. Brandon Inge is gonna... Who will start at second in the absence of one Rafael for call? That's a good question. Derek Dietrich. Maybe. I don't want to put Greg Dobbs at second, because I don't think he can play second base. But, I don't know. We don't have a lot of options. So I'm looking for a one-star player that wouldn't be too much of a stretch. Donovan Solano can play second. I know that for sure. Yeah, I like Donovan Solano. I think he's pretty good. He can fill the role at second until Furcal gets back. This is going to be a rough first part of the year, because our infield is looking shaky right now. And then we're going to want Greg Dobbs, and most likely I don't know, who would we want up? Maybe someone like Derek Dietrich, or he would be my best guess. Erwin Almonte. Do we have anybody that has played for a while that is not up? No, nobody that has played more than a year. This team is going to be a lot better once Valdespin and Furcal come up. This is a tough choice. Let's see if I can find anybody that I would know. Dietrich is probably going to be the guy I bring up. Ed Lucas is also going to help when he comes back. Let's look at potential. Who has a lot of potential? Yeah, yeah, I'll probably keep Dietrich up. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. So let's look and make sure our infielders are the ones I want. Oh no, I only have, who do I need to bring up? Well, I need to bring Brandon Inge onto the active roster. Oh, it's full. I gotta bring people down. Oh, and I also have Josh Harrison, who can work as an infielder. And Jeff Baker. Those are also two people that I could... Jeff Baker could start at second, if I really needed him to. He's only a 1-star as well, though. Although he's a 1.5 rated by the OSA, which is a lot better than anybody else we have at second right now. And then Josh Harrison... can he play second base? I believe he can. Yeah, he can. And he's pretty good as a second baseman. Rated pretty highly by everybody. So Jeff Baker or Josh Harrison. I think I might actually have Josh Harrison as my starting second baseman. I definitely want Jeff Baker as a backup second baseman because we have a lot of problems on the infield right now. And that gives me room to send down Dietrich and somebody else. Uh, who does that give me room to send down? I don't need Dietrich. I need Inge. So I'm probably going to send down... Actually, I don't need Jeff Baker in the infield. I can keep him in the outfield. Set position is left field. And then go to... I'll gotta work on the outfield first to get room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm most likely gonna send down one of these guys, or I'm gonna try and find another person to bring up. We have nobody in the outfield other than Giancarlo. Well, it gives us room to... Marisnik and Yelich could play this year, although I don't really want to rush either of them. But Major League experience would be great for their... Do I want them to play this year? I don't know. I think I want to start Delman Young, since we got him in a trade. I think I'm going to start Delman Young, Christian Yelich, and Giancarlo Stanton. I'm going to keep Marisnik in the minors for this year, or at least for the beginning, and then I'll keep up Bogusevich and Jeff Baker. That sounds like a plan. I think. Reed Johnson doesn't really fit into my plans anywhere. He can go ahead and go down. I don't care if he has. Does he have to go through waivers? No, he can just go down to AAA. Awesome. So Reed Johnson will go down. Marcell Ozuna. I don't need you either. Actually, I would like you to be up. Although that means I would want to send down Bogusevich, which I'm totally okay with. I'm okay with sending down Bogusevich. And these are the 5 outfielders I'm going to run with this year. Let's go to roster transaction. Brandon Inge. I run with 5 outfielders, and then I run with 6 infielders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. This should be 25, right? Right? It's 24. What am I missing? Am I missing a pitcher? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not missing a pitcher. I don't see where this doesn't add up. Oh, I didn't bring up the other catcher. That's what I didn't do. I was so confused. I didn't bring up Rob Brantley. So let's go ahead and do that now. Place on the active roster. There we go. Rob Brantley, and he's our 25th man. There we go. The pitching rotation should still be the same. Our lineup. Let's go ahead and set that. Let's go ahead and clear all lineups and all depth charts. Yes. Salto Amakia is going to be our starting catcher. Rob Brantley is going to be his utility backup. If he gets tired, Casey McGee is going to be our starting first baseman. He's having a fantastic... at the point I'm recording this, I believe, it's actually July 5th. So we're not that far. We're only a couple weeks away, or maybe a week away from the All-Star break. And Casey McGee right now is awesome. He's been awesome for the Marlins this year. I'm hoping he makes the All-Star team, but that's just me. Josh Harrison, second base. Brandon Inge at third, and then Hechavarria at short. As for backups, Greg Dobbs is going to back up at first. Dietrich at second. Greg Dobbs at third. And then, does he play short? He plays short. He just doesn't play it well. I don't feel comfortable in Greg Dobbs. In fact, I would probably put Josh Harrison in if he were to go out. Yeah, I would probably put Josh Harrison in. Alright, and then in the outfield, let's go ahead with Delman Young in left. Let's go ahead and make him a left fielder, actually. Actually, I think they do it for us. I don't know, I'm really OCD about everybody being their same position. Yelich in center, and then... and then Giancarlo Stanton out in right field. And then for backups, Ozuna and Jeff Baker. Ozuna will probably play left, and no, he'll play center and right, and then Jeff Baker will play left. Oops. And right, and then Jeff Baker will go ahead and play left. Oh god, I keep messing up with Ozuna. Don't you have sass with me? Because apparently I put him as the starter. Giancarlo. There we go. Alright. Awesome. Alright, now lineup. Leading off is probably going to be Delman Young. Yeah, I like Delman Young in the 1. And then Hechavarria in the 2. Giancarlo in the 3. I don't know who would bat 4. Maybe Saltalamacchia, and then Casey McGee, Christian Yelich. Josh Harrison or Brandon Inge. Josh Harrison will bat last, and then Brandon Inge will bat 7th. Alright, awesome. So let's go ahead and copy lineup. And, oh, I hit clear lineup. Oh, I'm an idiot. Ah, man. In fact, I'll probably lead off with Hechavarria and put Delman at the 2. I like Hechavarria as leadoff man. Giancarlo at the 3. Saltalamacchia at the 4. Casey McGee. Christian Yelich. Brandon Inge. And Josh Harrison. Alright. Cool. Awesome. Copy depth chart. I know there's a copy lineup. Copy lineup. There we go. Let's go ahead and paste lineup. Paste depth chart. Now, I'm probably not going to worry about this until we get there. But yeah, that's going to be our lineup for the beginning of the year. And then once Furcal comes back, everything will be better. Alright. So there we have it. Let's go ahead and go to the MLB, look at league info. What? I don't know where it is. League info, team info? Preseason rankings? Preseason predictions. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. They are predicting us to be 69 and 93, which is an absolutely horrible record. It looks like we're going to have good pitching. We're just not going to have any offense because our runs against are a lot lower than the Phillies. But we're going to have not a lot of offense. So they're predicting us to be very offensively slow. I'm hoping Giancarlo's in here. No, he's not. Darn. He wouldn't even be in top 10 hitters. And then I don't assume. Oh, Jose Fernandez is in top 10 pitchers. Awesome. Alright. That's gonna be it for this first episode. I will come back with the next episode once I get to the All-Star break. Once I get to the first year player draft. I will come back to the video and I will inform you guys on all the stats and how everybody's doing. And all that stuff. So, once again, if you guys have any suggestions, I'm always open to comments. I read every comment, or at least I try to. And any suggestions, any tips you guys have for me of the game, whether I should look at the head scout or if the other scout is more effective. I'm assuming my head scout that I hired, the Taiwanese head scout, is going to be very good since he has fantastic ratings. But that would just be an assumption. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys tune in next time, and I will see you all later.